Okay, good morning, grade 4 students. So let's have a review on what we discussed last meetings. So today we will tackle two topics, which are digital citizenship, and the other one is word processing software. So let's start with digital citizenship. Okay. So when we say digital citizenship, it is the responsible, safe, and positive use of digital technologies. It enables individuals and communities to develop values, skills, knowledge, and attitudes needed to participate effectively in digital world. So, sinabi ko na last time na kapag sinabi nating digital citizenship, this is the good practice of using internet or digital spaces. Kasi lahat naman na tayo ngayon, sa panahon ngayon, we are digital citizen. Kasi lahat tayo gumagamit na ng internet, ng mga devices. So, we have to have digital or responsible use of these platforms. Okay, so um, kapag sinabi nating digital wellness, it is a practice of maintaining a healthy and balanced relationship with technology. So we have to make sure that we control the internet, not internet controls us. Hindi dapat tayo yung kumukontrol sa kanya, hindi tayo yung kinokontrol niya. So dapat meron tayong balance and healthy relationship sa kanya. Hindi dapat sa lahat ng oras, sa lahat ng panahon, gumagamit tayo ng internet. Kasi kailangan din naman natin ng physical works. Kailangan din natin mag-exercise. Kailangan din natin makibanding sa parents natin or sa mga kaibigan natin na physically hindi na i-chat pa natin, katabi lang natin. So mas maganda na magkaroon pa rin tayo ng physical social life. Next. So, paano nga ba tayo magkakaroon ng digital wellness? So, we have to limit the screen time. Alam nang dapat natin. Sabi nyo last time, 2 hours lang kayo. 2 hours lang. Minsan, 30 minutes. So, maganda yon. Taking breaks from gadgets. Hindi dapat sa lahat ng oras nagka-gadgets tayo. Pwede din tayong maglaro sa labas. Next, exercising regularly. Maganda rin na nag-exercise tayo. Then, spending time with family and friends. Dapat nakikipag-bond pa rin tayo physically sa mga kaibigan natin, sa mga parents natin. And dapat din magkaroon tayo ng enough sleep. So, 8 to 10 hours na tulog dapat meron tayo. Next, online safety is the knowledge and skills needed to stay safe online, including protecting personal information and avoiding online risks. So, dapat as we try to be responsible digital citizen, we have to know online safety practices. Kasi may mga tao na gumagamit ng internet to bully, to lie, or para manloko ng ibang tao. And that's bad. So we have to know safety practices using internet. Next, digital health. Use of technology and digital platform to improve people's health and well-being. So yun po ang digital health natin. So dapat alam natin na makakatulong dapat ito to improve our health and also well-being. Dapat hindi yun yung maging cause para ma-stress tayo o para magkaroon tayo ng lack of sleep, hindi na tayo kumakain dahil sa internet. Kaya po, mayroon tayong tinatawag na digital health. Okay, digital wellness, ito yung practice, maintaining our body to be healthy and balanced ng relationship natin with technology. So, guidelines naman tayo. Ano ba yung mga guidelines? So, we have the guidelines for safe and responsible internet use. So, set limits, alam na natin yan. Dapat nakalimit lang yung time natin, hindi sa lahat ng oras, sa lahat ng panahon, we use the internet. Second, think before you click. So, avoid links, website, or attachment that are not safe to open because it can cause scams, viruses, and harmful websites. Next, show respect. So avoid bullying others online. Be kind and be respectful. Never bully, insult, or spread rumors about people. Then use the internet positively. So use the internet for positive outcomes. Huwag dapat tayong gumagawa ng masama gamit ang internet. So use of the internet should be for learning. Tulad nito, gumagamit tayo ng internet so that even in this situation, education or learning is still possible. Accessible pa rin siya sa lahat. Then communication, creativity, and also for helping others. And lastly, be responsible online. Alam na natin yung mga responsibilidad natin. We should never bully, we should be polite, at dapat yung internet makakatulong sa atin to be a better person. Okay, so dito, never share your home address, phone number, password, and other personal information. Sabi nyo last time, bawal yun kasi baka nakawan kayo. That's correct, bawal yun kasi hindi nyo dapat sinishare yung mga ganun, especially yung mga phone numbers. Kasi baka kung sino-sino nang mag-chat sa inyo or gamitin yung number nyo to do bad things. Yung passwords nyo, dapat hindi rin nyo dapat sinishare. Next, online security and safety, the practice of protecting yourself, your personal information, and your devices from online dangers. So, yun nga, dapat alam natin yung mga safety practices and safe practices and mga securities na pwede nating gawin para hindi tayo maloko o mapahamak in terms of using internet. Then important online security concepts. So, alam na natin yan. So, online security and safety is the practice of protecting yourself. Then, we have first one is a strong password. A strong password helps protect your online accounts. So, it could be a strong password should include uppercase, mga big letters, lowercase, numbers, and special numbers. And avoid using your name, birthday, and simple passwords like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, avoid natin yan. Huwag niyong isusulat. For example, isusulat ni Ethan, pangalan niya lang. Isusulat ni Zyme, yung birthday niya. Isusulat ni Angela, yung complete name niya. So, that's not a good practice in using online o sa paggamit natin ng internet. Next, phishing is an online scam that tricks people into giving personal information. Examples, fake bank emails, fake price messages, fake website asking for passwords. So phishing, ito yung mga kinukuha yung mga important information natin. Sabi last time ni Drake, meron daw nagte-text kay mama niya na nanalo daw siya ng 100,000. So that is an example of phishing kasi gumagamit sila ng online scam para ibigay ng tao o ng victim nila yung mga important details nila. So that's a no-no. Next, cyberbullying. So it is a bullying that happens in digital spaces. So sending hurtful messages, posting embarrassing photos, or spreading rumors online. So, it's also a big no-no na magsa-cyberbully tayo. Sabi nga natin, di ba, we have to be kind to other people. Next, privacy setting. Allow user to control who can see their information online. So, yun na yung mga yon. So, you can use sa Facebook, pwede nang magkaroon ng lock your profile para po hindi na po makita ng kung sino-sino. Pero makikita siya ng mga friends mo na lang, yung mga trusted people mo na lang. Next, best practice for online safety. Use a strong password, install antivirus software and firewalls, keep software updated, protect personal information, and use secure website. So malware means what? Very good. It's malicious software. It is a software to designed to damage the computers, steal information, and disrupt computer operation. So ang bottom line talaga dito sa digital citizenship is we have to be responsible. We should know we should know what to do and ano yung mga bawal para sa ating own safety na din. So next, we will discuss about wait, here. This one. Okay, so about the word processing software. So when we say word processing software, it is software. Wait, it's loading. Okay, so it's a word processor is a device or software program that can create, save, edit, print text documents. So when we say word processing software, these are devices or software that ginagamit natin to create files or documents, Word documents. So example nito ay Microsoft Word, very good. Then allows user to write and modify documents. So it includes the features like page size, orientation, margins, font type, font style, font size, font color, and text alignment. So sa user interface, ito yung mga pag nag-edit tayo. So we have three. So first one is the ribbon. It is the main menu where you can find the tools used for editing. We have, it's toolbar. Toolbars contain commonly used tools such as shortcut for saving, printing, and other commands. So the main menu, the ribbon, the toolbar, and the document pane. Ito naman yung document pane where we type or insert the text and other elements. So we have the ribbon, toolbar, and document pane in our user interface. So we also have page size, orientation, and margin. So the page size, it is the size of the coupon. So kapag nag-print si teacher, it could be either long, short, A4. So we have letter, is it the long coupon or the short one? Very good, the short one. The legal is the long one. And you can also customize the size depending sa gagamitin mong coupon or sa gagamitin mong file. Okay, next, orientation. Ito yung sabi ko na nakahiga ba yung coupon or nakatayo yung coupon. Kapag portrait, it is vertical, nakatayo. Kapag landscape, it is horizontal. So yung text it's either nakatayo sila or nakahiga. Next, margin. Ito naman yung space around the text or other elements. So yun naman yung nasa gilid, yung walang words, walang parang space nila. Okay, so text formatting tools, we have font formatting, paragraph formatting, page formatting, and document styling. So we have font type, style, size, and color. So kapag font type, it's either Arial, Times New Roman, and Calibri. So na-remember nyo ba yung activity natin wherein I let you to type your name in front, then binago ninyo ng font type. So yun, yung Arial, font, Times New Roman, and Calibri. And marami pang iba. So nakita nyo naman last time na maraming pang iba. Next, Font style naman, it is the a style of text. It could be either bold, yung matinta, parang ganon. Italic, yung para siyang nakaslant. Underline naman kung may guhit naman siya. Then next, we have the font size. Ang font size naman natin, ito naman yung size ng text. Pwede siyang malaki, pwede rin naman siyang maliit depending on your document. Kapag title, usually malalaki yan. Pero kapag hindi, normal lang. Next, font color. So, the color of the text. Okay, the alignment naman. So, there are different kinds of alignment. So, left alignment, the text is aligned to the left margin of the page. The right naman, the center, sorry, it is at the center page. So, kung naka-center siya, yun naman po ay center alignment. Then, kapag right alignment, yun naman po ay nasa right. And kapag justify naman, yun po ay nasa both left and right, naka-align po yung text. So makikita natin na maayos ang text, yung hindi siya may puwang-puwang sa right side kasi po naka-justify po siya. Okay, so that's it for today. So I hope that you learned something from this very short discussion. So, yun lang. Thank you so much.